Hello and welcome back to Scratch Your Farm Model. So the next bit you're about to see is not doing this at all. This is about 5 videos down the line, but some very early stages of this where I've done so many videos quickly together. The footage has got lost for some of it, so this is the introduction, so enjoy the rest of the video. So as you can see, we've got the road done now, the main one. So we've got to do the track that goes along there. Going to do the field now. Going to use static grass, which I'll walk you through when I'm doing that. But to start with, I'm just going to sprinkle down normal grass, glue it down, and then we'll do static grass on top, which I'll go through when I'm doing that. But so I think that looks really good now. I sprinkle that over. I always sieve it before I do that, because obviously it's got stuff in where it was just loose before. These bits have come on here, that'll be fine because it's not touching any glue. I'll just blow that away when it's all set and dry. Now on to the static grass. The static grass applicators. I've got a very cheapy one. It's like 15 quid. Oh, it's not that though. I think it's about like £27 or something like that off of Amazon. These things go up to hundreds of pounds, and I haven't used mine enough to invest in another one. And you can make them, so if I was going to do another one. It works. They're horrible to work on wood. You can unscrew that. Remember, there's a wire inside that needs to touch the mesh, which it is actually at the moment. Put your grass inside there. You've got your crocodile clip on the lead. I always put a bit of wire on the end. It doesn't really work on wood, but it works really well in foam. And then you just turn it on. And then the green light comes on, and then you shake over it. It doesn't help that this grass has been in here for ages, so I'm going to take the lid off and put some new one. So the only thing is, when it stays in there for a while, it can get damp and it gets a bit annoying. So I've put a lot in. Just going to go over it. You have to hold the button in. And just go over it. And then when it stands up, it looks really good. So you can see, well, you can't really see it from a distance. On the camera it's really hard to see, but I'll show you here. You can see where I've done it there and haven't done it there. It's quite hard to see, but when it's done and dried it will look a lot better. I probably should have put this down first and then sprinkled the other grass over it, but I forgot to do that because I'm doing this in between school and everything else, and it's pitch black out at the moment, just trying to get this bit done. But on the next one I will try and do it. So I don't know if you can see, but it hasn't been done there, has been done there. It does make quite a big difference, especially if you do it properly with the glue first and not sprinkling this grass. The other grass on first. As you can see, it's done now and it looks really good. It looks 3D. That back seam will be getting probably redone. Then at the back there's a bit of a gap, but that's fine, so that's going to be hedging along there. So I'm not going to do the grass on that piece because that's going to be one field going over there. I think the next thing to do is to carve some more foam out, which I'm going to wait for tomorrow, because when I've bought a plasterboard saw, so when that arrives it should make it a bit easier. And then sorting out all the track and everything. So yeah, stay tuned. Done a bit more, I've just given it a spray over with some mixture of boiling water, glue and cold water, and it should hold the static grass because otherwise it's not going to hold, so I didn't do it properly. I put the 2 gate posts in, I painted them. I haven't stuck that in, I just pushed it in just to get a feel of how it's going to work, and I've got the back screen which I've just noticed has got a mark on it, so I'll try and wash off in a minute. But I'm going to do a little bit of the stone wall from this post outwards. I've got all the rubble we broke up earlier in this series, so I'm going to try and use a bit of that because I think it looked good. So I have no idea how this is going to really work. I have an idea, I don't know. Oh no. Right, everything else falling over where there's no room where I'm doing this. Don't know if I can cut this with scissors. Yes I can. I'm just going to layer it along. I'm only doing this small bit. Up there is all going to be fence or hedge, I haven't decided yet. And this little bit here is going to be wall. When I can get some glue to come out. I've almost used an entire bottle of glue in hardly like a couple of hours, not even that. So this is where I'm glad I left a few bigger chunks so I can cut some bits out of it. Put some of the static grass around the bottom to make it look like it's been there for a while. Because that's the same I did with the post, I put quite a lot of static grass on the bottom of them. So I've bought a plasterboard saw and it works really well for cutting the foam, just a cheapy £3, but it works. Had a bit of an issue, so I've got down to this part of the track, but I've run out of this stuff, so I need to order some more. So I've brushed off all this stuff and I can see where I need to get back over it. The static grass has absolutely failed, so I'm just going to re-glue it but not have static in this field. I'm going to have static in these fields though. I've glued all these down, so I've taken them all up and glued them back down. You see there's a few pins there holding them down while they're setting. That one needs to be knocked over a bit actually. And then I've glued this piece on the end and then couple of pins in that. Started carving that all out. I'm not going to do this bit, I'll do this at last because I don't know if there'll be enough room in the yard, so I can always extend it out to here. That's the idea, but I'd like to keep it how it is rather than making it any bigger because it's really massive. Oh, that's annoying, that's broken off. I will re-glue that, but as you can see, I think the wall looks quite good. It's a bit wet in places with the glue, but that was glued on there, and you often see, especially around sort of Wales and Devon, that sort of way, have a stone wall, there'll be a bit of angle line. I just used a cut off nail coming out of the rock and a piece of barbed wire across the top. So that's the idea there, and then it actually came out really well, so I might even do it up there, but I'm not sure yet. So I think the next thing is to wait for materials. So we'll get an order in and hopefully we'll see when they get here. Materials are definitely not going to be here by the end of this video, so we'll start. The yard's still got to go off and set, but we'll start thinking about the yard layout. So the idea is to have a workshop in that corner, and then it can have a shed up there with sheep in, but the workshop can sort of jump behind it. Another sort of hay or grain store here, big cow shed here that you can go through with the Scrover tractor, hay storage along the back, and machinery all hay over there, and a pit coming out along there. So that's the idea with that. But what I'm going to do now is carve this a little more. Forget that, we're going to do this piece here in static grass, so I'll set you up and we'll do that. Out of the brush for PVA stuff, so normally I had a container, it's like a white container, but don't know what happened with it, so I got this stuff. It's like painting on walls and floors to seal it, to stop obviously with the concrete floor and the dust and everything. It's ancient, it's in the back of the barn, but it's really thin because it is a painting on, so it's worked really well for this, and I put it on quite thickly. As you can see, I've gone through 3 of them in the part. Well, not completely 3 because they were partly used, but I've emptied them out and they're in the bin now. I've given up on using my normal bin because I've been going through about 3 bags an hour at this rate. Anyway, we're going to static grass it, and I'm going to throw that in, so it's a mixture of loose stuff and static, and see how well it works. So that actually went alright. Then I sprinkled a base layer over and did another couple of coats. I didn't get all of it, but I think it looks really good. That there, I got to scrape off all these stuff and try and fix that, but I'll do that off camera because it'll bore you to death doing all of that. I'll order some more stuff on track, and then that'll be next time. So to this time we've done quite a bit. We glued the foam boards down, we did that build there, we did that build there. We haven't done loads, but yeah, that's going to be it for this one. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I know it's quite a short one, but I'm waiting for a lot of materials and stuff. So next time it'll be a lot longer, we'll get along with a lot more stuff. I can't do anything with the yard because I'm printing stuff to do the buildings and it hasn't set yet. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Any questions you have, leave in the comments. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to get to a mad goal of 500 subs before Christmas. So if you could help us out like that with that, that'd be great. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.